G'day guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel where we break down the charts every single day. In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly when I believe Bitcoin's going to break out into new all-time highs and when I believe the altcoins are going to massively explode in price and start to outperform. So if you like the sounds of that, make sure to like and subscribe and let's get into the video. Now, taking a look at the Bitcoin chart, I've marked out our most recent halving cycles with these white lines here. Well, taking a look at our previous cycle, it was about exactly 217 days after our halving where Bitcoin actually broke out into new all-time highs and went into price discovery. Well, if we actually measure that out from our current cycle, we can actually see that we're only about 154 days after our halving. So we're about a month and a half to almost 2 months before we should be breaking out into price discovery. Now, what have our altcoins been doing during this time? Well, if we pull up Ethereum and also Dogecoin, for example, we can actually see at the point of us actually breaking out into price discovery, what happened in the last cycle. Well, at that point of us breaking out on Ethereum, we were actually still about 58% below the all-time highs at the point in time when Bitcoin actually broke out into price discovery. And it was only afterwards that Bitcoin put in new all-time highs that our altcoins followed afterwards. So we can see that Ethereum really only ripped into price discovery at the point where Bitcoin had already topped, which was this point in time here. And during that big run up, Ethereum really didn't do much. And that's when Bitcoin was outperforming. And we can actually see the exact same for Dogecoin. So right here at the point of Bitcoin hitting its all-time high, Dogecoin had pretty much been going sideways, still just accumulating in a sideways range, not really doing much. And it was only at the point here when Bitcoin went into price discovery and had already peaked out that Dogecoin then had its big run up in price, which was exactly in this period of time here. So it was only afterwards, after Bitcoin had already peaked out and made its big run up, that Dogecoin and all of our altcoins then spiked massively to the upside. Well, whereabouts are we in this current cycle? Well, we can see that all we've done is we've had our first run up back up to these all-time highs, and we're currently consolidating right below these all-time highs. And it's only once we finally break these all-time highs and get above this level here and go into price discovery for Bitcoin that we're actually going to expect these altcoins to go vertical just like they did in the previous cycle. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. Taking a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, we can actually see that we're coming up to some key levels of resistance at my blue box here. Now, for those of you that don't know what this chart is, this represents the total percentage of the market cap that Bitcoin takes up. So when this chart is going up, this means that Bitcoin is taking up a bigger market share. But when this chart is going down, this actually means that our altcoins are actually taking up market share against Bitcoin and actually outperforming Bitcoin. So we can see that Bitcoin has been gaining a lot of dominance, but as we come up to this key level, it wouldn't surprise me if as Bitcoin breaks out into new all-time highs and we finally get that big push up towards 100K, that we see one final peak for Bitcoin coming up to a key level of resistance, and that's going to be the point where our Bitcoin dominance actually reverses and we start to get a drop, and this is when our coins like Ethereum, Dogecoin, XRP, all of these altcoins massively outperform Bitcoin and go into price discovery and put in these massive price explosions like we did in our previous cycle. And it's at that point where we do get that top, but our altcoins are going to be doing 10, 20, 30x returns, and we're going to be making a life-changing amount of money. And if you want to know the exact altcoins that I'm invested in that I believe are going to make you those type of returns, you can actually purchase my top 10 picks for 2024, 2025. Now, taking a look back at Bitcoin, we can actually see a very clear Elliot wave structure. So we've got our wave 1, followed by a wave 2 correction, and we've just had our wave 3. Now, we're currently experiencing a wave 4 correction. Now, whether we've already bottomed or we are going to come down a bit lower, it doesn't really bother me, because at the end of the day, after this wave 4 correction is finished, this is going to set us up for our wave 5, which is going to be that move putting us into price discovery around 150k for Bitcoin. And it's once we finally get this wave 5 that our altcoins are going to go into their price discovery moments, where they get those big push-ups as well. Now, taking a look at some of our other altcoins. Now, I like to use Dogecoin because it's a good indicator of the strength of the altcoins. Well, what we can actually see is for Dogecoin, pretty much since our bear market here, we've actually just been consolidating within this sideways range. And we finally got a breakout, and we're just coming down to retest the highs of our previous accumulation zone here. And now that we're holding that level of support, we're getting ready to put in our third Elliot wave, which is likely to bring us back up to the previous all-time highs, where we can then get a wave 4 correction back down, likely to the previous local highs that we put in back in March of this year, where we'll then get our 5th and final wave to the upside, putting us into price discovery. Now, taking a look at the chart of Dogecoin, if we just do a simple Fibonacci extension from the high to the low, it actually gives us some price targets from this cycle. So straight away, we can see that we'd be looking at a $2.50 to $3 Dogecoin. Now, from our current prices, would actually be looking at around 24 to 29x return, which is absolutely insane. And on some of these smaller altcoins, you could be looking at 30, 40, 50x returns. So it still shows exactly how early we are in the cycle, because it's not until Bitcoin breaks out of its previous all-time highs and goes into price discovery that we really get these big moves on our altcoins. And that's what I believe we are right now, that we're just in that period of time where we're consolidating above our previous all-time highs, as you can see right here. And once we finally get a move above that blue line there, and we go into price discovery for Bitcoin, which is when we're going to see our real price action for a lot of these altcoins. And that's pretty much my outlook for the market, what I'm expecting. And if you guys would like some one-on-one coaching with me to learn more about how to trade, or if you'd just like to purchase my top 10 picks for 2024, 2025, you can message me on either Instagram or Twitter, and I'll get that one to you. But besides that, I hope you like that video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.